As technology becomes more prevalent in today's society, paper and hard copies become more obsolete. Computers and tablets have more capabilities and more perks over regular just textbooks, notebooks, pens, paper, all that stuff. So people think that we should do away with paper in school altogether. This seems great in theory, but there are too many risks and just too many problems with that idea. If anyone would know, it'd be me, because I worked with IT at my high school for a year and had to deal with a lot of these problems. Computers and technology cannot be relied on because there are always bugs and technical issues. They're expensive and they're fragile, and pen and paper can be better options in many situations. As with most things, technology has its downsides. Technology can be very unpredictable when it comes to viruses and bugs. Viruses can wipe everything from your computer. It can make it run slowly. It can cause your computer to have a mind of its own. They can also be extremely difficult to remove from your computer. It can take multiple hours. It can be really expensive, and you could lose everything on your computer. Like a few years back, my family lost everything that we had on a computer. We lost all the baby pictures that we have of my baby sister, and it was really just a terrible situation. Things can go wrong with computers all the time. Batteries can go bad. There's Wi-Fi issues. Hard drives and cooling fans can go bad. And if not updated regularly, they can crash or just run slowly. Some viruses are memory resident viruses that hide in your computer's memory, and they infect any file that gets opened, so that can be really dangerous. Direct action viruses work when certain conditions are met and attacks the booting process. So whenever you start up your computer, it just attacks everything that's used to do that. The directory virus relocates all of your files and makes them really hard to find. Trojans are really common, and they disguise themselves as useful softwares and everything, but they can actually harm your computer. Worms can self-replicate themselves and lead to very negative effects, but they are easily detected and removed from your computer via softwares. Two qualities that never go well together are expensive and fragile. Technology is very expensive and very fragile. While textbooks cost a lot and need to be updated every few years to ensure that the content in them is updated, online books are almost as much, as any college student or any student in general may know. So schools will probably spend more money on the laptops, the software, the online books, and everything than they would with just textbooks alone. If something goes wrong with a computer, it can cost a lot of money to fix it. For example, a new hard drive. In order to get everything off of the old hard drive, it can cost up to $300 from a business called $300datarecovery.com. And a new hard drive can cost $50 to $100 depending on the quality and size. While also costing a lot of money, technology, computers, tablets are also very fragile. When I worked with IT, we got a lot of computers coming in with broken screens, broken keyboards, disk drives, chargers, all that. For example, an iPad screen, it would cost about $175 to replace that. A Dell laptop charger would cost about $45 to replace. We charged $50 for a new keyboard. And my school charged $150 if you broke the screen. So it can be quite costly if any of those things were broken. Some students also believe that a pen and paper are much better for taking notes and much better for learning. Taking notes in classes such as math, physics, science, any of those can be a real pain if you do it on the computer. Some people also learn better from physically writing and seeing what you're writing. For example, I don't know about you, but I would not want to try to type all that into a computer. That would probably take a couple hours and would not be easy. Hard copy books are always great to have around as opposed to online copies, because in hard copy books you can write in them, highlight in them, as long as you've purchased them yourself. And you can't really do that in online books. And a lot of my friends actually prefer hard copy books to online books. They can be easier to navigate, and there's just something about having just an actual textbook in front of you. I interviewed my friend Gracie, who prefers pen and paper to technology, computers, all that stuff. She said that the computers tend to run a little bit slow and can be hard to keep up with. They can run a little too slow for the class. And she prefers to have the book actually in front of her and look at everything that she's learning in class. And it helps her retain the information a little bit better. She also believes that laptops are a huge distraction in classrooms. She said that people most of the time just sit and play games on them, don't really do any other work. Teachers will threaten to take away the laptop privileges, but if the school goes completely paperless, they can't really do that because everything that they need for class is on that computer. So schools should give children the option to purchase or rent a laptop or a tablet or whatever if they feel that that would help them learn. But they should not limit themselves to computers and technology because they are not consistently reliable, just like pen and paper always have been. And just like the old phrase, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We should just stick with pen and paper in schools, and that will help people learn better. And there's my works cited.